Alrighty then. My next guest is Felix Kimanthi, who is a managing consultant, and he decided many, many years ago never to stagnate. He refused to plateau. He refused for mediocrity to sip into his purpose and his life, and he's here to tell us exactly how he did it, and of course, how you can do that for yourself. Here he is. Please, everybody, welcome him to the stage right now. Come out here, Felix. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure is all mine.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, how are you this morning?
Oh, I'm good.
I know.
Yes.
Today is a very realistic conversation. What we usually do is have fun conversation, giveaways, gift giving, New Year resolutions, that kind of thing. But I feel like this season on Better Living, I want to have a lot of realistic discussions as we head into a new year, as we start a fresh slate. Before we get into comfort zones and how to look at your own life, tell me a little bit about yourself, Felix. Where did you grow up? How was your life growing up?
Wow.
Yeah, big story, right?
Big story, but I'll try and summarize it.
Okay.
I'm a management consultant, like you had earlier said.
Yeah.
I help people to run their businesses professionally and profitably.
Okay.
Yep. I have a strong financial background, so that means I was an accountant in my profession. So I worked as an accountant, and I grew to the last position an accountant can grow into.
Okay.
So in my last job, I was the group management accountant for a group of hotels in Kenya. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes. So this is the I've started the third year since I left employment.
Okay.
Yes.
Looking at, of course, your ambition as a young man and what you wanted to do and where you wanted to end up. I think a lot of people, if you're a lawyer, you want to end up at a certain firm.
Yes.
Or if you have political ambitions, you want to get to the executive level of everything, you know?
Yes.
And it's very interesting indeed that a lot of people will, once they find that job, they will hold on to it. Once they find that position, they will hold on to it. What for you made you decide, I don't really want to stay in one place and do the same thing forever?
First, the biggest tragedy of life is not death.
Yeah.
It is not we are allowed to die inside of us when we're still breathing. Employment is good. Actually, it helps people to learn a lot of things about themselves. You know what you can do under pressure, what you can do when you're relaxed, and you get all the life skills. But one is not supposed to stay there for long, because again, when you do routine, you kind of become sort of dead mentally. Yeah. So that is what provoked me really, because I didn't want to die.
Yeah.
So actually, it's a bit funny, but I used to tell my employers at the point of interview that I don't work for 2 years doing this.
Really?
Yes.
Not worried that you wouldn't get the job?
No.
Okay.
Actually, employers want people who
are honest.
Who are honest and people who want to grow. So I used to tell them if there's something else that I can do, I'll be willing to do. But for this one that you're interviewing me for, I'll do it for 2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. And so when it comes to that point, where you're seeing it, it's 18 months, it's coming close, you know, you're there at the 23rd mark, and your bills are the same.
Yes.
They don't change. It's not like all of a sudden money has just showed up from somewhere.
Yes.
The realities of your life are the same. What do you do? Or do you plan well ahead in advance to say, at the 2-year mark, I am out, and I have my savings and everything will be fine?
Actually, I was doing side hustles.
Yeah.
And it's just building them so that at the time the 2 years are over, your side hustles can pay you what you're getting in your job, or rather take care of the basic needs. Yeah. Okay. So the moment you wire all your thoughts and your energies in building that, it comes to happen.
I mean, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
All right? I want to get on the same page, and I want our viewers and our audience members to get on the same page.
Yes.
There are people who are sitting in their jobs right now. The first thing they log on to when they get to the monitor is Facebook. And they sit there for like 2 hours. Then they go, they get chai. I mean, they don't love their job. They're going because they want to get a salary. In this kind of instance, did you enjoy what you did? Did you love what you did? Did you give it your all and maximize your full potential? Talk to me about those two very separate people. One who's just really unhappy but is staying for the sake of staying, and one who maximizes and says, you know what, I've done my best and now I'm ready to leave.
Those people who waste time in companies, like the way you said, somebody logs into Facebook for some time, they're only lying to themselves, because what that does to you is that it makes you lose the sense of time, right?
Yeah.
So you don't value time. It means you're passing time. And the true value of employment actually is getting the skills that will help you to step out there. Actually, a lot of people think it's about salary. But the true value of employment is not the salary. It is what that employment makes you to be.
Right.
Yes, because
where it catapults you to.
Yes, yes. Because by the time you are leaving employment, you'll have spent almost everything that you earned. Yeah. But whatever you've become, you step out with that.
Right.
Yes. So if
we forget that, don't we?
Yes, yes, a lot. So if during the time you're employed, you waste time, remember that builds you, right? Yeah. That is one of the things that you'll step out with. And you won't need to have that outside there. So the best thing is to make sure the time that you're there, you actually do what has taken you there. Something that I also learned, because I've mentioned that I was doing side hustles, is that you can't do well in your side hustles if you're not doing well in your job. True. Yes. It's so true. Because the common denominator is yourself. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like I remember there's one that we were doing, that time I was working in Coast. The side hustle was farming. Yeah. And it was actually 82 kilometers from Mombasa town, from Likoni. Yeah. And I used to go there on Saturdays with my wife. I'm married. Yeah. And we used to leave the house at 4:30 a.m. to go to the farm. So if we were taking fertilizer, we'll go there very early. By the time guys are waking up at around 6, we are there. We have breakfast with them. We leave whatever we brought. And at 8:30, I was in the office seated. I've come back, and then I could see guys who were coming late from home. And they're telling me I'm early in the office. Then I'm just thinking,
I've already done so much in this day. Literally, I've done my 8-hour day. Yes, yes. Yeah, already.
So at that time, I was early, so that I also don't take my employer's time. Yeah. And at the same time, I've also done my part for myself. So I just knew a matter of time and all that will add up. Yeah. Yes, so it did.
It did add up eventually.
Yes, yes.
Eventually. I mean, the risk of this, it's uncomfortable, it's fearful. The pressure of and the fear of the unknown is very real. Yes. There are people who have worked where they are for over a decade. Their entire lives are interwoven with the culture of the company. Yes. If it's their health benefits, if it's their pension, if it's whatever you want to call it, you know, their family, their children are tied completely into this, their loan structures. It is so difficult to start having a conversation with somebody like this. What if they find themselves at the end of the rope, they're not happy, the company is almost not really very happy with them, people sometimes get laid off, people get retrenched, that kind of thing. What would you say to this demographic of people?
We're born with two kinds of fears.
Yeah.
I read that somewhere. We are born with the fear of a loud sound and the fear of falling. All these other fears, we acquire them as we grow up. Okay. And the way we acquire them, we can still get rid of them. Why people feel that comfortable? One is because they stay in that employment for long. You see, what happens, Kobi, is that when we go to school, and we are taught, we learn, our mind sort of expands like this because we are created in God's own image and likeness. One of the components of the likeness of God is that God is all-knowing. So we have that likeness of God. We are all-knowing. Yeah. If I subject your mind into some training of some sort, something that you are not taught before, you will catch because you have the likeness of God in you, right? Yes. So you see, people have come from school, so the mind expands. It comes like a star like this. So once the mind expands, you can become anything. Right. That's why you find people who have done hotel management working in banks, and they're doing well. Yeah. You find people who have done arts, And you find them also working in hotels, in factories.
Yeah, absolutely. Or in banks, actually.
Yes, because they have the likeness of God.
Yeah.
Their mind catches anything they are taught. Okay? So what happens when this mind is put in employment? Now, employment comes in like a pipe of some sort. So you're told, you are outgoing, yes, but that ability we don't need, because the job that you need is a back office job. There's a job description for that. You are creative, that creativity we don't need. A lot of things. So you have to fold all these abilities.
Exactly, absolutely. You almost have to fold yourself
to fit into
these terms of reference.
Yes, yes. So when you exist in that space, you can't like think much.
Flourish.
Yes, because your thought process takes the shape of the job description and everything. Yeah. Everything. So you become sort of dead. That's why I didn't want like to do it for a long time.
Right.
So what happens when you stay in that pipe for long? You literally can't think outside your comfort zone.
True.
That's why you ask people, why don't you leave this job? They ask you, and go where?
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's because they've stayed there for long and their thoughts have taken the shape.
And it's also obviously the same mind that is trying to hustle on the side, and they're wondering why it's not working.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's because your mind is not programmed to be this streetwise, you know, amazing, brave, this kind of person, because you've been kept in this kind of cocoon of safety.
Not kept.
You've kept yourself.
Yes, yes.
Kept yourself.
Yes, yes.
It's not a jail.
Yes.
And when you leave, you will be replaced.
Yes, and then the concept of life is that whatever you don't use, you lose.
Yeah.
Even the shoes that you don't wear, you somehow don't know where they are, right?
It's true.
Your T-shirt, you'll find yourself mopping the house with it or something. Because you don't use it, right? You lose it. So even this ability...
so many bad T-shirts. Yeah.
It's not a branded one.
No, not at all. It's just, But I know exactly what you're talking. Good metaphor.
Last day I was telling, there's a time I was telling my client about printing T-shirts as giveaways. Then they told me, no, guys will sleep with them. I said, what's the problem?
They want people to walk around and advertise their products. Yes. Nah, guys are going to sleep with your T-shirt.
Now they'll mop them.
Now they'll mop with them. Exactly. Your T-shirt is not working. Yeah. Right.
So what I'm saying is...
We've really digressed.
All these abilities that are folded so that you fit in the terms of reference, you lose them with time. Yeah. Because you won't use them.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why people find themselves in that.
All right.
For long.
Are you guys following this? Are you enjoying this conversation? I am, certainly. But you know what? This is the thing that I really want to talk about. There are those people in this country who have been tarmacking for years. I know someone who's been looking for a job for 4 years. For 4 years, and they are so qualified with a master's degree, and they just can't find work. In actual fact, they've decided to start an online campaign to do with, you know, something that is aligned with their job. There are so millions of Kenyans who are looking for work. You guys have just met a valedictorian who's graduating, and she's going into this world. And so it becomes a question of, if you're asking people to go and sort of become self-employed, to create employment, to be self-starters, what happens? You know, because basically a lot of these people will end up not leaving because they know what the job market looks like, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely. All right, that's what we're going to talk about when we come back in just a second. Give him a hand. All right, everybody, we'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Remember, please, to log on and interact with us. Better Living KE is where we live on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be right back after this. And we're back, everybody, this morning talking about being brave enough to follow your own dreams, to hear that inner voice within you that tells you, get up, get out, and go and find your purpose. A lot of us who find ourselves in those positions sometimes end up being a little bit fearful. But Felix Kimanthi this morning is telling us, no, you're going to be just fine, right? They're going to be just fine. Yeah, true. Did you regret any moment where you left after that 2-year mark? No, I didn't. Yeah. Because like I told you, I had planned all my energies in that direction. Yeah. So it was, though it is never easy to leave. Actually, I had planned to leave on the 30th of June, 2015. And then on 17th of June, my car got burned at the parking lot in a church. Oh my gosh. Yes. If that's not a message from heaven. don't leave your job. Yeah. No. So what did you do?
So it got banned. Actually, we had gone for a meeting in the church on a Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. For a school that we were supporting. And then at around 6:25, we saw smoke billowing from the windows. Then when we looked at the windows, through the windows, we saw that it's my car that was in flames. So we went, put it out, but a lot of damage had been done on the bonnet. So after that, I told guys that we should go back to the meeting. Because you see, the worst had already happened.
Exactly, the rock bottom had been hit.
Yes. So there's nothing else like standing there and...
but did you leave?
Yeah, we went to the meeting.
But did you leave your job eventually?
On
that 30th?
I thought about it for 1 month.
Okay.
Because I had this voice that, look, you can work for 2 months and get another car or something. But I said, you know what? I'd planned to leave, so I'll still leave. Because something that people forget is that if you're not able to go to your workplace, the company will get a replacement for you, like almost immediately. And God forbid, if somebody dies, even before they're buried, somebody's already on acting allowance, you know, in that position of yours, before they're actually confirmed. Yeah, so I left after 1 month, yes. And God...
Never looked back?
Never looked back. God opened doors, and I got another car, and the rest is history.
That's amazing.
So what I'm saying is, it will never be easy.
Yeah.
Situations will never align themselves to lead you in that direction, but you must have like plans to push you through. Because if you don't have plan for yourself, any plan for yourself, then of course you'll be falling into somebody's plan every time. Yeah.
Okay, and you know, the reason I ask that is because it's so important to plan ahead. It's so important if you're going to make such a brave step, not to do it callously or to do it emotionally, to really have, I guess, your ducks in a row so that you don't find yourself in a mess and then missing that job that you wanted to leave for so long in the first place. Money is such a huge determining factor for why we do the things we do, for why we make the decisions we make. If you gave us all $1 million shillings today, hey, my friend, right? Would Kenya be a different day? Yeah, I mean, if all 44 million of us, 45 million were given 1 meter, I mean, it would change so much, right? For so many people. And that is actually such a huge driving force for why we stay where we stay, for why we continue to pursue this thing that doesn't necessarily make us happy. Talk to me a little bit about shifting your mental state from that salary at the end of the month, that loan, I have to pay this bill, to change your mind a little bit from the financial aspect of things and into the purpose of things.
Money is a big topic.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. But in this case, you have to look at first, how did money come about, you know? Money came to help our needs, right? It came to serve us, actually. Because it came so that instead of going to the market, pulling a goat that does not want to walk, and then you come back with a sack on your head, you just carry a few notes and you come back with what you want, right? But greed has put us in a dangerous position. You find that everybody wants money to circulate, but nobody wants to be at the center of the circulation or at the beginning. Everybody wants to rush at the center, at the end, so that they can heap more and more. Yeah. So when you analyze your needs, like the important things, and you look at if it's education, rent, medical, how much are they at the end of the month, and then if you can secure that first with your side hustles, then the rest you can build when you put your time there.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. We'll take a very quick breather, show you Money Woes, a segment that really shakes the reality and just shows you really how to navigate through this financial world. Today's topic is really how to save a lot, all right, and how to plan ahead if you are seeking to leave employment. Take a look. Yes, indeed. We're going to take a moment to talk to those audience members, but there are people who have been looking for employment for forever, Felix.
Yeah.
They're wondering, what is this Kobi lady and Felix talking about? They have jobs. They're telling us to leave jobs that we don't even have yet. What do you say to the unemployed?
The employment system, it's like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
The ones who came early have gotten stuck there, and you have a lot of people who have been locked outside. So what we look at is, you see the notion of following your passion. You go and study something, then you come and wait for a job. Yeah. You get a job, then you start building a career, and the end result is supposed to be self-satisfaction. Yeah. Now, this self-satisfaction does not come. That's why you find people are employed and they're not happy. So now, we've rethought the whole thing again. Yeah. You have to look at what you're good at, whether you're employed or not. What are you good at? What can you place your hands on? What is it that you can do uniquely that other people can't do? Then you look for a platform to showcase what you're good at. Then create self-satisfaction in people by the works of your hands. Now, when you do that, then by extension, you also get satisfied. And then if you get them to pay you for doing what you're good at, then that's it. Okay. That's better than the other one where you chase and then you end up with a lot of job seekers. Okay. This one, you have a lot of job creators. All right. Yes, yes.
My last question to you, what are the contributing factors for you to start to see, or the symptoms within your employment structure that really should give you the red flag as it's time? Now it's time for you to go. Because a lot of people don't ever want to get to the place where they get fired. Yes, they never want to get to the place where job security is facing them in the you know, it's a surprise rather. Yes, yes. They never want to be retrenched or laid off. They want to be the ones to make a decision about their future, about their security. Talk to me a little bit about the signs and what you do once you realize things are not so comfortable here.
I think you don't need to wait for the signs. Yeah. You need to plan even before you get into that employment. That you're getting into this employment and your purpose for that employment in your life and how long you want it to last. Mm-hmm. So you won't have to wait for signs, because these signs will come, but then there will be another voice silencing them, saying, yeah, look, you have bills to pay, you have this. So I think the best thing is to plan in advance. Even before you get into that job, you sort of like have even the Bible says in Proverbs 16 verse 3 that commit all your plans to me and I will establish them. Actually, right, God says that. Mm-hmm. So you can't go like with a blank mind into an employment and then you expect to leave at one time. Absolutely. Yeah, so you must have like a skeleton, like put it before God and God will attach meat into it. Yeah. And then when you get into that job, you know, if you plan to do it for 2 weeks, 2 years, 3 years, of course, when that time comes, you will be ready. Absolutely, yes, I agree with you. So, and I always say that, be ready. You know, it's one thing, you're not happy, but you've not refreshed your resume for 5 years. Yes, yes. You're not happy, you haven't gone for a network coffee with anybody who could possibly propel you forward. Yes, yes. You know, you haven't made a call. You haven't even gone to speak to your HR department and see what other job you could do within that company that could fulfill you. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like it's so important for people to actually ensure they've crossed all the T's before you start making emotional decisions. Yeah, actually, one time in my career, yeah, I was meant to report to a boss, and then the boss left. Mm-hmm. In my current position, I was already on probation. I had not been confirmed. Yeah. But they wanted to recruit a boss. So I went to to our general manager, and I told him, look, I know my boss has left. I also know that I'm on probation, but I can do what this guy was doing. Yeah. Yes. So my request is, first you try me. If I fail, then employ somebody else. You had nothing to lose at that point, really, actually. Yeah. How did that work out? They tried me, and I was confirmed in that position. Really? Yes. Amazing. Yeah. All right. So within our audience, we have those who are employed, okay? It's the holidays. They're on leave. So if you see your employer here, they have not run away from work.
All right. Yeah, let's just be sure about that. And then we have self-starters, we have hustlers, we have, and you know, hustling actually has a negative connotation. We shouldn't use it as much as we do. But I just wanted to find out how happy people are in their current positions. I'm going to start with a man named Alan, who's sitting right there at the end. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Good to see you, Alan.
Good to see you too.
Excellent. So tell me a little bit about what you do, and are you happy?
Myself, I work as an office assistant in a church-based organization. I've been there for like 5 years, and so far I enjoy my job because it's somehow flexible in terms of doing work in and out of the office.
Okay.
And also, I also help other people with their work outside the office in terms of doing their errands. And so far, I enjoy my work.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Alan, you know, one of the things I can definitely tell about you, you're not the kind of guy who can sit in front of a computer for 10 hours. You're not. You like being outside. You like interacting with people, meeting new people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your job allows you to do that.
Yeah.
You better keep that job, Alan. Keep that job. All right, thanks. Okay, we have another gentleman working in the IT background, in the IT field. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Excellent. What is your name, sir?
My name is Sam. Yes, and I work in an ICT company where I'm developing a system. It's actually an accounting system involving ledgers and statements and all that. Yes, however, I do have a side hustle. Yes.
Okay.
But, yes.
Do you love your job?
Yes, I love my job.
Okay.
Yes, and it complements with my side hustle because they're both IT.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
One of the things I have to ask, and I'm not sure about your situation, but some employers, if they find out you're hustling on the side, they're not very happy about that kind of situation. Is your employer okay?
No. He's completely uncomfortable about that. So I try to do it maybe very early in the morning before he reports, or maybe late in the evening after he leaves.
He's uncomfortable?
Yes, he's completely uncomfortable.
You're on television, honey, right now. Does he watch on TV?
Okay, not as much.
Distract him.
He'll change.
No, I get it. But so you've decided to create, to plan around it and not let it distract your day-to-day duties.
Exactly.
Okay, good. So it doesn't infringe on your everyday work.
No, it doesn't.
That's fantastic. I'm glad that you're able to balance that.
Okay.
Eventually, what would you like to do?
Of course, I'd like to focus on my company, on my business. Yes, it is picking. It is slowly picking. Yes.
You know, I think this conversation between you and I might be the catalyst that takes things forward. So be ready for a change in your life.
I am ready.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You better be ready, brother. All right, I wanted to ask, was there someone down here? Yep, fantastic. Can we get a microphone to him, please? Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, good morning.
You do both too?
Yeah.
You're employed and you also have your own thing going?
Yes.
Talk to me.
Right now I'm employed. I work 3 days a week, 6 hours every day. And apart from that, I do the same. Actually, I do production. And in production, we have so many packages.
Yeah.
So I'm an editor, I'm a sound engineer.
Wow.
And I do
and
photography.
It's time-consuming.
Yeah. So I'm very flexible in all that.
Okay.
That's why I'm able to get jobs in any package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can also, of course, get a job outside of your employment because you can carry the skill out.
Yeah.
You
and I'm okay with my boss.
I mean, I think I want to address something very quickly, Kimanthi, before we go.
Yes.
For me, the issue is that thing. Your boss is not going to be very happy if you're using your skill outside here. The same skill he's paying you for, you're earning a little bit of money on the side for. A lot of people naturally wouldn't feel great about that, which is why some people have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, make sure they've taken the fertilizer before 8, and make sure they're sitting at the office by that time, make sure that this guy's computer is fixed before he has to report at 8, and that kind of thing. How do you address that? Especially if you want to start a side hustle, but you're scared your boss is going to find out.
Yeah, we have those bosses.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that you have to make sure that you first don't use the boss's time to do your stuff. Yeah. So you have to make sure that it's completely your time. Yes, we all have 24 hours. Even the company that we are running now, it used to be a side hustle when I was employed.
Yeah.
And we used to, like if we were going to meet clients or pitch for business, we used to fill leave days.
Yeah.
Take 3 days leave, go pitch for business, then come back to work.
And there's something good and ethical about that,
Yes.
because you never want to burn a bridge.
Yes.
Anyone who has given you a job, this is what I always say, and I really want this to stick. Anyone who has given you a job, honor them. honor them. That it is not a coincidence or by chance or by hook or crook that they got to that position.
Yes.
It is so important to honor this person and to recognize their position of authority, regardless of who they are, however you feel about them, despite it all. And
Yes.
I really believe that that honor is what God now fills that gap and takes
Yes.
you to where you want to go. But there's no way God will give you a promotion, give you that wonderful dream job, give you that position you're looking for, if you're busy gossiping about your boss, talking badly, being insubordinate. It just won't happen.
Yeah.
And I just really want that to stick for a lot of people. I learned that, by the way.
Actually,
it took me a while, but I did.
Yeah, actually, let me say this. I worked for 4 employers before. And now that I'm not employed, all my 4 employers are my clients.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, they're my clients. Yeah.
I mean, I've met former bosses, and it's always a good time.
Yes.
It's hugs and laughter, and how are you? I watch you in the morning. Thanks for watching, former bosses. You know, it's nice, that kind of thing. So don't burn bridges and just keep everything good and ethical. Give this guy a hand, everybody. Thank you, Felix Kimanthi.
Thank you.
We'll definitely have you back.
Thank you.
What is your dream for 2018, sir?
That's quite huge.
It's huge. Give me a one line.
One line is basically, we've done our strategy for 2018. So basically to increase the client base and increase the level of satisfaction on our clients.
That's fantastic.
Yes, yes.
And we wish you the best with that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here this morning, Asante.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Keep dreaming. Keep pushing the envelope. Refuse to stagnate. That is when mediocrity sips into your life, and you certainly don't want that, do you? No, no, indeed. Log on to social media platforms. We'll connect you to Felix Kimanthi and, of course, his consultancy. And you guys can get in touch, and he can help you navigate part of your business as well. All right, for now, we say goodbye. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll see you right here for another great show tomorrow. Bye-bye.